Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Saturday baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Expos. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
First pitch coming your way next. Pitching in our game today, Randy Johnson. What should we keep an eye on here?
Just electric stuff, Boog, and that fastball is no joke. He can move it around the zone, and it's not uncommon to see him pile up a decent amount of strikeouts throughout the game. He's the type of guy that allows the entire team to wake up feeling confident, knowing he's taking them out.
All right, ready to go here. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And we're underway.
First pitch, 405.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Late on that fastball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
1-2 now.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Oh, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish.
Hey!
The 0-1. And he swings through that one.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Ball one.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Two down, nobody on. Late on that fastball.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that's the third out. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. We go to the bottom of the first, and on the hill for the Dodgers, Blake Snell. What do you got on him, Chris?
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Digging in, Tim Raines. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Into center. Grabs it on the run. 1 away. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Grissom in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Ball.
Grissom with a homer in his last game. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. This one in the air, center field. Pajes should have this one. 2 away.
Batting third, the first baseman, Andre.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Andres Galarraga. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in.
Nope, that's inside.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
That's too low.
Damn.
Ball 3. Vladimir Guerrero waiting for a turn at the plate. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. He'll circle the bases. That's his 3rd home run of the series. And it gives him the lead in the first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
Ball.
Guerrero went deep in his most recent game. Foul ball there. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the second game of the series. This one in the air. Freeman settles underneath it, and that is that. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Top of the second, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez launched a homer in his most recent game. And the 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Gary Simmons, our plate umpire today, sort of has a reputation as a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, a little bit of a wider zone than most, I'd say. And a wide zone can be tough to deal with as a hitter because you have to start expanding what you're looking for, covering both sides. And with the stuff pitchers have today, you're just not going to have a lot of success.
Throws to first in time.
We'll take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Now it's Mookie Betts. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Mookie Betts blasts one out. Home run number 5 on the season, and it ties it up. It's 1-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Here's Kyle Tucker.
Ball, that's up there.
Tucker, who's been an all-star and a Gold Glover. One out, bases empty, and a run in here at the top of the second. Slider right there. And strike. Hit on the ground to short. Throw to first in time.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And first offering is fouled off. Just missed. Tied up here in the early going. That's inside.
Ball 2.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The next offering misses, and now it's 3-2. And that's too high, ball 4.
No, very close with the location right there. It's just tough to get rewarded on the call with pitches near the top of the strike zone.
Man at first, and now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Tommy Edman. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
The 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. All even now at 1-1. We head to the bottom of the second, and here's the catcher, Gary Carter. Carter matched a homer in his last game. And that one fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike two. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swings through it for the K. Had him way out front of the slur.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with two strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the two-strike approach.
Next is the designated hitter, Moses Lou. Here's your one.
Ball one.
Chopped out in front of the plate. And that chance handled. Slinging it to first in time. And now, Orlando Cabrera. He's a guy who does it all. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on.
Ball one.
Now a pop-up on the infield. And that will end the inning. Through two, we're tied one apiece. New inning getting started, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Miguel Rojas.
Well, it looks like they want to be real patient with him today. Make him come in the zone. Challenge these hitters. Make him work hard for his outs.
Ball two.
Many times teams come in knowing that he can strike out the house. They're very aggressive because they don't want to fall into a two-strike count.
And that's
inside, ball three.
Inside edge. 3-1. That one fouled off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, that split caught a lot of the zone. Definitely a hittable pitch, but coming off the fastball the pitch before, it's kind of tough to recognize. You notice there's something different about it. He threw it with the same arm action, same release point, and he left it up. But the movement and the change of speeds, that was enough to do the job.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Caught looking his first time up. And the 0-1. Breaking ball gets the corner for a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots.
That's a ball.
They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And a 1-2.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Great location with that 2-strike fastball. I tell you what, as a hitter, you're looking to protect the outside part of the plate, stay back on something off speed. So many times, that location with 2 strikes, you just can't get around on it, and that's a tough one to compete with.
Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Hey!
Two down, nobody on. No question about this one. It's out of here. Shohei Ohtani the opposite way. His 2nd of the year, and the Dodgers have the lead. It's 2-1.
Shohei leaves his mark on every game he plays, and he's done it again with a home run. Well, he took the split finger that was away and stayed on plane with it nicely. That's one of the most difficult pitches to square up. He just did it, and right there, he was a professional hitter.
So 2 down. It's Freddie Freeman down. 0 for 1. Popped out foul to the catcher his first time up.
Hey!
And Elio 1.
Ball, that's out. Ball, that's out.
Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Over to first. Out number 3. Dodgers claw back a bit with this homer. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Tim Wallace. Wallace getting to start at the hot corner in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he was a 2nd-round pick in 2022.
Didn't recognize off speed, thought it was fastball, a little bit out in front.
Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Bounced up the middle. Fires to first on the run,
Thanks,
but he
he's good.
beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw. You know?
Yeah, no question. So up next, Lionel Shields. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
Aye!
And that is out of play.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Reigns now at the plate as he swings through strike one. Next offering is fouled back. Breaking ball.
Yep,
That
I got him. Take your base.
First and second, one out. Marcus Grissom digs in now. He's 0 for 1. That's to third. Takes it to the bag. That's one.
No,
Double
you're out.
play that was. Inning over. The Dodgers with the lead 2-1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
That's all you need. Can't sleep, but I dream. It's a must. You see, eyes wide open. I see. Had a vision, had a dream. Eyes wide open. I see. Hey, hey. I had a vision. We was on top. Dream. On top of the world. I had a vision. We was on top.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Here's a 1-2. Got him swinging for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Mookie digs in here. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Tough play and a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
One out man at first. So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's 0 for 1. The 0-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Here Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes. He reached out a walk his first time.
Hey!
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Struck him out swinging. That's his 9th strikeout so far. One left for LA as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Bottom 4, and here's the first baseman, Andres Galarraga.
You know, this group of hitters just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone?
Well, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way, and gone! Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tie it up. It's 2-2.
Now he's just showing off out there, and who can blame him with a swing like that? Give that man a bat and watch it go a long way.
Well, Bill, when you've got power like he does, hitting 2 home runs in the same game feels very doable. Dialed in and making the most of every swing out there. So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Vladimir Guerrero getting ready to hit.
Well, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where pitchers would rather just give up a first-pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches.
Now, this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And caught on the warning track. Not quite enough behind that one. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's the catcher, Gary Carter. His first at-bat was a strikeout. Yeah, that's fouled off. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Inside, ball 1.
The 1-2.
Ball.
That one is upstairs. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 3-2
That's ball
is
four.
off the
Take your base.
outside edge, and that is ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I'll tell you what, he earned that walk.
Go ahead run on base. Moses Lou will hit next.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, get that first hit at the big league level.
And a foul ball. Hit hard, should be extra bases. And it'll be runners at second and third, only one away. Moses Lou with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, dude. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you can take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you worked to get here.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Stepping in, Tim Wallace. Golden opportunity right here.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Fouls away the first offering. In the air on the infield. And the infield fly is called.
Batter's out.
The batter, number 4. Second baseman, Lionel Shields.
All loaded up. Shields now at the plate. Yeah, don't need much damage here. Just a base hit. Likely will score 2. Pitch misses. And that's ball 1. Some early action out there in the bullpen. Rustar Graterol preparing to come on if needed. Tribe also getting ready. 2 outs. Bases are full. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
2-0. And he hits a ground ball right side. And that one handled. And they put the tag on him. That's the 3rd out, inning over. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. 2-2 game. We go to the top of the 5th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Fouled off left side. Oh, 2 now. Good job to fight that one off. Out towards right center field. Grissom on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Miguel Rojas at the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Right through there for a strike. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th.
Ball upstairs.
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2. Got it swinging for the strikeout. So cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, in the double-digit strikeouts, he should be able to rack up some more before he's done in this one. And but not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Will Smith to the plate.
Nope.
Two down, nobody on.
Yeah.
One, two now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Strike three, struck him out for the third time today. Halfway through, and we're tied 2 apiece. Bottom of the inning, leading off, Tim Raines. Chris, his skill set straight out of the mid-80s. Good contact, not much power, and he can run. He always uses the wheels to his advantage.
His biggest challenge in this day and age is to not get caught up in trying to hit home runs because so many people are. Woo! He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Marcus Grissom, the next to hit. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Ball.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Here's a big power threat. Andres Galarraga. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the did.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Missed
Ball
with a
1.
changeup, and that is ball 1. Swings through that one for strike 2. And they'll do it again.
Ball 2.
Game, and that's how they take the lead. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Blake Snell done for the day, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break. The hard-throwing righty out of Venezuela, Brustar Guadarrol, will take over. This is his 5th appearance of the year. Now Vladimir Guerrero. Foul ball. Oh, one down. This one's smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 4-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Brood. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the day. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Brood. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in the lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
So digging in, Gary Carter. He is struck out, and he is walked.
Ball.
The 1-0.
That's ball 2.
There's a strike. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. And it's 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
Chop to the left side. Throw on to Freeman, and they take care of Carter for the out. And that's the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 4-2. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. And here is Shohei Ohtani.
You know, these
Nope,
Dodgers,
that's the ball.
as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
That cuts the corner. There's another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, with that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Check
Ball,
swing.
that's out.
He held up. Ball 1.
That's ball two.
The Dodgers down by a pair, and we're the top half of the sixth. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
The 2-2 on the way. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Well, we've seen a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Popped up first base side. Galarraga in position, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They trail it here, 4-2. Bottom of the sixth. Well, it's been a fun game for fans who love homers. These teams are teeing off, as we can see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it seems like days like this get pitchers questioning their life choices, Boog. Any fan who goes for a bathroom break is at risk of missing another dinger. Well, these guys, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
The 0-1. On the ground to third, Rojas. Fires to first in time.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Not shortstop.
Now at the plate, Orlando Cabrera. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right.
Ball.
And the 1-0.
Ball two.
Graterol, 27 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Foul ball there. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Makes the catch up against the wall. So up next, Tim Wallace, 1 for 2.
Aye.
Here comes the 0-1. Late that time, and it's strike two.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's the 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. The Expos have the advantage, 4-2. Top of inning number 7, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts. That one fouled hard the other way.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that time. Come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. Kyle Tucker sends it out, and we are all tied up. Siggy, that's his 150th career home run.
Man, boy, the 150 trips around the bases, that's a lot. Congrats to him. I tell you what, it's a lot of trying. Splitter that he was able to handle, allowed that pitch to travel a little bit deeper, and when it was time to commit, his hands exploded through the zone.
At the plate, Andy Papa. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Jake Irvin will take over here. Tied at 4.
That's a ball.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Catches, stumbles, hangs on.
Well, just an excellent job to track that one down. That was a tough play, and he tried to stay on his feet, not wanting to dive and maybe have it go by him, but the lunge at the end kind of sent him barrel rolling. Great effort, though, and a nice job to hang on to the ball throughout the catch.
Taps softly to the right side. Galarraga takes it to the bag, and there are 2 outs.
Up next to the third baseman,
Miguel Rojas getting ready to hit. He was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.